Howdy, I wanted to talk about a dream about parking lots. This is more of an experience than a game. I actually played it on the Switch, and it ran okay, but it was a game that didn't require a lot to run. It's a very short experience. I finished it in a half hour, if that. And I say experience because you are just kind of going through the motions of what the character is thinking and feeling. You get sent to parking lots, which you do in the game, and you use the beeper to try to find your car. And we all know the stress of that moment. I've dreamed about it too, of not being able to find my car, or even in real life having moments of, oh crap, where did I park my car? My car, I don't even have a beeper thing on it because it didn't have that. I was like too old for that. So just that stress gets to me, and it relays over in this game also. And that's what the story is about. You play this character who is talking to their therapist, and they're like, I keep dreaming about parking lots, and I don't really know why. And you're having this dialogue with this therapist, and they're like, well, why do you think you're dreaming about it? What does it mean? And the way the game works is through text dialogue. There's no voiceover, but as you're walking around trying to find where the car is, you'll see dialogue pop up, and you're reading the text, which tells a story. But every once in a while, too, it gives you an option to choose how the character you play would respond. Essentially, you can respond more positively or negatively. You can kind of choose what the meaning of certain things are to that character. So as far as finding the vehicle goes, you're just pretty much sticking to a linear path. I did get confused once on where the vehicle was, and I had to use sound to kind of figure it out. But once I knew where it was the simpleness of, oh, you're just going straight. It's super linear. It'll block off certain pathways to kind of guide you another pathway to get to where the vehicle is. And it's pretty much like the last vehicle you see. It's at the end of the path every time. So you're just going through these mini little areas, finding where the car is, using the little beeper if you need to. But essentially, that's all there is to it. And the further I got along in the experience, the more I found that I would find the vehicle pretty quickly, and I would just kind of have to stand there and wait for the dialogue and all that to finish, because you weren't allowed to leave the area until all the story dialogue was done. So there was a couple moments where it's like, oh, I found the car, and I'm like, oh, I guess I'll just stand here, pay attention to the story. But it's just after finding it and just having to sit there after was a little wonky. It's maybe safe to assume that the developer did see a therapist maybe, or does, and had a previous conversation very similar to the one in the game about parking lots specifically. It seems like that was the inspiration. Even by the time you get to the end of the experience, it pretty much kind of tells you that's what happened in its own way. And I thought that was very fascinating, that this person who had this particular moment in time wanted to reflect that in this game experience in this sort of way. And the production value is very minimal. It's not the best looking thing in the world, but it gets the job done. And again, it's so short of an experience. Yeah, you can kind of just get through it, and it just makes you think about your own life a little bit, and maybe if you're at a certain mental mode, it might hit you a little bit more, just in terms of what the subject matter is. You're gonna play through this once, and that's it. This is one of those games that, even though there is multiple choice options and dialogue, I don't see enough to where it warrants a second playthrough. I think playing through it once, you get what you need to get out of it. And it's a nice little getaway from other games and stuff, just something a little bit different. So this game is somewhat of a walking simulator in that sort of way. If you like that, if you like a story, if you like philosophical sort of questions, if you like dreams, this is for you. It's a nice quick little experience to get out of the way. I recommend checking it out if you like that sort of stuff.